Hello children, we meet again. I hope you had fun creating this very interesting artwork without a paintbrush. You used a spray bottle. You can use the spray bottle to strengthen your fingers. You can practice with different fingers, okay? And remember not to spray water on the floor because a floor will become slippery. So that is today's topic. It's about responsibility. What is responsibility? A responsibility might be a task you're expected to do. For example, your parents expect you to brush your teeth. Is it true? Or is it about you keeping your teeth clean so you will have healthy teeth to speak and to eat? Brushing your teeth is a responsibility. It is your responsibility to brush your teeth every day. For example, my daughter says goodbye to the germs as the water gurgles down the drain, and she feels good about her clean teeth. A responsibility might be a way you're expected to act. For example, your parents expect that if you go to the park to play, you will play in a way that it won't seriously hurt yourself or it won't hurt someone else. It's your responsibility to have fun in a safe and a courteous way. Do you have a hard time accepting responsibilities for your action? So let's read this book together. It's called It's Not My Fault, written by Julia Cook, illustrated by Anita Dufala. Meet Noodle. Noodle gets in trouble for stuff that he isn't sure if it's his fault. Will he learn the difference between fault and responsibility? My name is Norman David Edwards, but everybody calls me Noodle. Sometimes things happen to me that get me into trouble, but it's not my fault. Things just aren't the way it should be. I feel like everybody's always picking on me. I always get blamed and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one who ever gets caught. Yesterday, I didn't get my math homework done. So this morning, my teacher made me stay in from recess and to do my homework. But it wasn't my fault. Last night, I had to go to my big brother's basketball game and it went into overtime. And by the time I finally got home, it was too late to do my homework. So my mom made me go to bed after recess. We all headed to the library to work on our science report. Since my teacher didn't really let me go to recess, I had lots of extra energy and I felt kind of twitchy. On the way down to the hall, I jumped up high and I tried to touch the light. On the way down, Ivory Gold got into my airspace and her head hit my arm. Ouch! Teacher, Noodle hit me. But it's not my fault. You didn't let me go out for recess and my legs needed to jump. It wasn't my fault. My arms did it and it was just a little bump. I got sent to the end of the line. Rats! Then when I got to the library, I couldn't work on my report on the duck-billed platters because the media specialist wouldn't let me check out the book that I needed. Noodle, you can't check out a new book until you bring back your overdue book back. But it's not my fault. I looked in my backpack this morning as soon as I got to school. My mom didn't remind me to put it in there. Can you please bend the rules? Nope. Rats. In PE, Ross Gray tripped me on purpose. Then he laughed ha 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 at me when I fell down. I pushed him. Teacher, Noodle pushed me. But it's not my fault. Ross Gray tripped me on purpose and that made me feel really bad. And then he laughed when I fell, which made me really, really mad. My hands were so mad that they pushed him, even though my brain told me not to. things just aren't the way it should be. I feel like everybody's picking on me. I always get blamed and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one who ever gets caught. Noodle, please stop talking. But it's not my fault. Georgie talked to me first. I was born this way. Besides, the sharpener needed to be emptied. Noodle, you just interrupted again. But it's not my fault. My mouth is addicted to talking. Noodle, we don't stick our tongue out to other kids. But it's not my fault. TJ did it to me first and he stared at me, so I had to do it back. Besides, it doesn't say that we can't do that in our school handbook. Just as my teacher was about to say Noodle for the 50,000th time, the bell rang. Phew. Noodle, my teacher say, please stay for a minute so we can have a talk. Rats. Noodle, today you had a really rough day. But it's not my fault, teacher. Noodle, there are no buts in my sentence. Today you really had a rough day and tomorrow is a brand new day. I can't wait to see what you can do with your tomorrow. Have a safe walk home. When I walked into my house, my mom gave me the unibrow. I could just tell by the way she looked at me. I was in trouble. Noodle, your teacher emailed me and told me today at school you had a really rough day. But it's not my fault, Mom. I didn't get my homework done because the game went late and you made me go to bed. My teacher wouldn't let me go out to recess and my legs needed to jump. And Marigold got into my airspace and her head hit my arm. I couldn't do my report on the duckbill platters because the media specialist wouldn't let me check out the book I needed because you forgot to remind me, Mom, to put my overdue book back in my backpack this morning. Ross Gray tripped me and laughed at me when I fell down, Mom, and that made my hand really mad. Georgie talked to me first. The pencil sharpener needed to be emptied. And my mouth is addicted to talking. And it doesn't say in the school handbook that I can't stick my tongue out at people. Besides, I had to. TJ was staring at me and he did it to me first. Things just aren't the way it should be. I feel like everybody is always picking on me. And I always get blamed and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one who ever gets caught. Poor me. Noodle, I'm not talking about whose fault is it, said Mom. I'm talking about whose responsibility is it. You are responsible for the things that you do. For your choices at home and your choices at school. Blaming others is a reason, but is not an excuse. If you keep playing this game, you will surely lose. You are in charge of letting me know when you have homework. And you are in charge of returning your library books. And you are in charge of your legs, your arms, your hands, your eyes, your tongue. Today, you made a few mistakes. And it caused your day to be rough. But don't blame others for your poor choices because that will make your life tough. Instead, focus on what needs to be done. Whenever you make a mistake, own up and become more responsible for the choices you have made. Noodle, everybody makes mistakes. And mistakes can be a good thing. Because every time you make one, it gives you a chance to learn something if you allow it. If you blame other people for your mistakes, you give away your chance to learn. Don't make an excuse when you do something wrong. Just own it and say, yep, I did that. Now, what can I do to improve my situation? This is a problem-solving wand. Noodle, I love you with all my heart. I wish I could solve all your problems for you, but that's not my job. I can't. My job is to teach you to become your own problem solver. The next time you make a mistake on inside, yep, it's going to be hard, but like everyone says, the good stuff in life is not free. If you're brave enough to own your mistakes, imagine how great you'll become. You'll learn a lot. You'll make better choices and your life will be much more fun. Don't be a blamer. You're better than that. Own your mistakes to help you grow. Get rid of the phrase, but it's not my fault, and show the world how much you know. Maybe my mom was right. Maybe I was blaming others for my mistakes. I guess I did make a few wrong choices today. As soon as I got to school the next day, I went to the library, I turned in my overdue book, and I checked out the book I needed for my report on the duck-billed platters. When I walked into my classroom, my teacher put her arm around me and whispered, Noodle, yesterday you had a really rough day, and today is a brand new day. I can't wait to see what you can do with you today. Then she said, Class, it's time for me to collect the rough drafts for your science paper. Ooh. I don't have mine, but it's going to be done tomorrow morning. I just checked out the book that I needed, teacher, Noodle said. Way to go, Noodle! You did it. You took responsibility for your actions, and I'm so proud of you. How brave you are. As a reward, I'm going to give you an extra day to get your rough draft done. When you hand it in tomorrow, it won't be counted as late. But my brother has another basketball game tonight. I guess I won't be going for it then. So children, why is it important for us not to blame others? And what is the one thing that you have learned, or what are you going to try and practice after today? Remember children, everyone makes mistakes, including grown-ups. What's important here is how you learn and take responsibility and fix things and ask for help when you need it. Let's sing a responsibility song together. Okay, it sounds like an Are You Sleeping song. What's responsibility? Staying in control of me? Doing my chores faithfully? Making choices carefully? Thinking about the people around me? Thinking about the consequence? You can count on me. Responsibility. Okay, so responsibility is all about us. So don't be a blamer. You are better than that. Use mistakes to help you grow. Get rid of the phrase, it's not my fault, and show the world how much you know. I hope you enjoyed the story. Do tag us. We are Brainbow on Instagram and Facebook, and let us know how much you love the project and the story. And till then, we'll see you again in our next story time. Take care. Bye.